A trade war is not a new term that is introduced to the world. Instead, it is an old methodology which is utilized by different countries to damage the trade of one another. The globalization has reached a new level where multiple countries get involved in the process of import and export. Under the impact of globalization, many economic changes take place in different countries. Nowadays, every country is dependent on another for its development and growth. Petroleum is one of the most significant examples, which shows that even the most developed and wealthiest countries in the world depend on others. It means that for the fulfillment of the resources such as fuel, the most prominent countries which have the most robust economy are dependent on such countries which can provide the fuel. This means that because of globalization, one country depends on another for its industrial development and enhancement in front of the world. Sometimes it happens that the consumers of a country, which is importing products and services from another country, prefer buying products from foreign countries. In such a situation, the companies that are domestic can go through loss and damage. The countries can face economic loss as the domestic industries could not achieve substantial profit. It is essential to understand that any domestic industry or company can achieve growth, profit, and revenues if the citizens of that country can find it attractive. If people of the country want to buy products that are being manufactured by the foreign industries, then it will hamper the economic situation of the domestic industries. To save the local industries from this situation, the governments impose tariffs on the products and services that are being imported from foreign countries. These tariffs are just like the taxes that a company has to pay to sell its product in some other country. Many multinational brands and industries have to pay a lot of tariffs so that their products can be sold in the country which is importing their products. When the tariffs are applied and imposed on the products and services of the foreign industries, then the cost price of such goods is also increased. When the cost price is increased, then it is evident that the customers will not buy the same product at a remarkably higher price, because they can get the same product from the local industry at a much cheaper price. When such tariffs are imposed, then to retaliate, even the rival countries do the same or follow the same procedure. Other countries also impose tariffs on the products and services before importing them. In such a situation, there is a less sense and feeling of product exchange, but there is a more sense of rivalry among the countries. Such a situation can lead two or more countries or nations to try their best to affect and damage the trade of their rivals as much as possible. This is known as trade war, and the situation can also turn into an actual war between the countries. In the trade war, there are a few more concepts that play a more significant role in the entire situation. One of them is protectionism, in which about some actions and policies that are taken by the government of a country so that a restriction can be imposed on the international trade. All these policies and the actions can be taken by any government which is importing the products and services of other countries. This is because when the foreign industries take up the market of a country, it not only hampers the local or domestic manufacturers, but it also affects the citizens of a country. There can be many people who are working in the domestic industry, and if that industry will not attain any profit, then there is a great chance that it is going through loss. The situation can result in inflation, which leads to some problems. Many people lose their jobs because of the adverse effects of inflation, and some domestic companies also come at the risk of closure. To get rid of all these situations, it is essential to understand that a trade war is not at all a positive step to take. When the multinational companies or the foreign companies take up the market, then it becomes tough for the domestic industries to survive. The supporters of protectionism never fail to provide and acknowledge the advantages of the protectionism. But they forget that there can be a lot of disadvantages of protectionism. If the foreign companies have to pay a lot of tariffs, then there can be a time when there will be no multinational company in any other country. It can be the outcome of the imposing of a lot of tariffs to pay. When there is a lack of international industries, then it can hamper the efficiency of the local businesses and industries. The lack of international industries will automatically lead to a lack of competition between the local and the foreign industries. That will affect the efficiency of the local bodies. The tariff is of different types, which are imposed according to different situations that are encountered in a country. Different types of international industries can face different types of tariffs, and there is no guarantee that every company will have to face and pay the same tariff as the other country. Apart from the tariffs, there are also 3 other significant parts of protectionism, which are extremely important to understand to learn the trade war system in a better way. The rest of the parts are quotas, product standards, as well as the subsidies that are provided by the government of a country. All these 3 protectionism steps are necessary and have their importance. However, it is still necessary to remember that they can hamper the international as well as local trading bodies. There can be some effects of the trade war, such as it can result in initiating a war between 2 countries or more. It can also bring substantial problems and job crises in the countries. So it is essential to understand the concept behind the trade war, tariffs, and protectionism. And at the same time, it is also essential to be aware of the fact that trade war will bring nothing but problems to an economy and the people of a country. One way or another, it will bring crises that can be extremely harmful to those who reside in a country.